You're young, single, no kids, no responsibilities. This should be your prime, right? So why are most guys in their 20s broke, distracted, addicted to dopamine, and going nowhere? Here's the truth. Being young and single is either your biggest advantage or the reason you stay average for the rest of your life. And most of you, you're wasting it. Now stick with me, because later in this video, I'm going to break down the one mistake that quietly destroys your 20s. And by the time most men realize it, it's already too late. Now, for me personally, I'm not speaking from theory, right? I've worked in high stress environments with long hours and real consequences where people actually die and the stakes matter. Now, while most people my age were out chasing weekends, I was stacking discipline. Now, what does this actually mean? And I am not perfect. I'm far from it. I'm not even close. But by my early 20s, again, I'm 24, so I'm still in this. I secured a home using a VA home loan. I built consistent income streams, and I started investing heavily into assets like ETFs. And now I've got a family on the way. And that didn't happen by accident. It happened because I realized something early that most guys ignore. Now, freedom is a test. It's not a gift. Now, most people don't realize freedom without structure is dangerous. When you're young and single, nobody's watching you. No one cares if you wake up at noon, you waste 5 hours scrolling on TikTok, or you spend money on a brand new car or upgrade your apartment like an idiot. And that's exactly the problem. For example, the average young adult spends over 4 to 6 hours a day on their phone. That's 90 full days per year gone. Think about that. 3 months every year just deleted. You need to manufacture pressure. Set some non-negotiables, create routines that don't rely on motivation, and track your time like it matters, because it does. You never know if tomorrow is guaranteed. And discipline isn't optional at this stage. It's everything. Now, point number 2 is you're not figuring life out, you're stalling. Here's the truth. A lot of guys say that they're figuring things out. What they really mean is they're avoiding commitment. And this is where it gets dangerous, because your 20s move fast. For example, let's say you invest $500 a month starting at 22 with, we'll say, an average of 8% return. You're sitting on $1.5 million by 60. Let's say you start at 30. That drops to around $700,000 to $800,000. That's the same effort, just different timing. But that's the cost of figuring it out. So pick a direction. It doesn't have to be the perfect one, just one that builds income, skills, and discipline. And then commit, because you can always pivot later and be flexible. But drifting, that's how you lose. Now, point number 3 is your environment is quietly killing you. I know I've made videos on this in the past, but look around you and be honest. Are the people around you, are they focused? Are they building something? Are they disciplined? Or are they partying every weekend? Are they complaining about money? Or are they avoiding responsibility? This energy is contagious, and most environments reward mediocrity. So what's the solution? Upgrade your inputs, what you watch, who you listen to, who you spend time with. If your circle isn't pushing you, you need a new circle, or you need to become the one who changes it. Now, if this is hitting you, good. That means you're paying attention, because I make content for guys who are done being average. So if that's you, subscribe. There's no fluff, just real growth. Now, point number 4 is you're overvaluing comfort. Most people don't realize this, but comfort is addictive. And in your 20s, it's everywhere. There's cheap dopamine, easy entertainment, and there's instant gratification. And this is where most men lose, not because they're incapable, but because they're comfortable. For example, the average person checks their phone 96 times per day. That one check every 10 minutes, your brain never gets a chance to focus. So what's the solution? You need friction. Train when you don't feel like it. Work when it's boring. Say no when it's uncomfortable. And that's how you separate yourself from being average to exceptional. Now, point number 5, no one is coming to save you. Here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You're on your own. No one is coming to fix your finances. No one is going to dig you out of debt. And no one is coming to build your discipline. And that's not a bad thing. That's power, right? Take ownership of everything, your habits, your income, and your future. And once you do that, you begin to stop waiting and you start building. And here's the shift that changed everything for me. Being young and single, it's not about freedom. It's about leverage. You have the time, you have the energy, and you have the least amount of responsibility you'll ever have. And that combination, it's rare and it's temporary. Now, most people waste it chasing distractions, and a few use it to build a foundation that changes their entire life. What's the difference? It's intentionality. Now, if you actually want to move forward, you need to do this. Set a baseline routine. Wake up at the same time, train 3 to 5 times a week, and take 1 to 2 hours of focused work daily. Then start investing immediately, even if it's small. This is $20, $50, $100, $200. It doesn't matter, because consistency beats everything. Audit your time. Track 1 full day, and you'll see the problems instantly. Cut 1 distraction. It doesn't have to be all of them, just 1. This could be social media, gaming, whatever is honestly draining you. And choose a path, whether this is income, skill, or business. And commit to that for 6 to 12 months. No switching every week. You don't get your 20s back. It's not later, not when you're ready, not when it's convenient. And right now, you're building your future, or you're delaying it. And years from now, you're either going to look back and say, I used that time, or I wasted it. If you're choosing the first one, subscribe, because this channel, it's for people who are building something real. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.